Alrighty, guys, welcome on in to the latest edition of Even Cleveland No Sports. I'm Josh. That is Dan to my right. Coming up later on the show, we will talk a little bit about the first weekend in Major League Baseball. Also, a little bit of Browns talk as well. But let's start with the NCAA Tournament. Of course, Final Four has been announced. 3-seed Illinois versus the 2-seed UConn. That's the first game up. Coming up on Saturday. And then also the battle of the number 1 seeds. We have Arizona and Michigan. Real quick, just to remind everyone how they got there over the weekend, Illinois had a 65-55 win over Houston. UConn had a 67-63 win over Michigan State in the Sweet 16. Arizona had a 109-88 win over Arkansas. And then Michigan had a 90-77 win over Alabama. That was the Sweet 16 games. And then in the Elite Eight, Illinois beat Iowa 71-59. And, of course, UConn in that game. Obviously, you and I were watching that amazing last-second shot by UConn. Obviously, just that comeback win. I think they were down 19 at one point.
It's 15, I think.
19, I think, at one point.
Well, 15 and a half. 15 and a half. Yeah.
Obviously, that amazing last-second shot.
Dude, he hit that shot from fucking Vancouver, dude.
Yeah. Like it was,
that was so far away.
Yeah, 35 or like a 35-footer, I think it was. And Arizona beat Purdue 79-64 in the Elite Eight. And then Michigan beat the living hell out of Tennessee 95-62.
Beat the sleeves off. It's one of my new favorite sayings. I forgot who I heard say it, but I like it.
Like a basketball, like beat the sleeves off kind of thing? Or?
Well, hey, look at that. Didn't even.
Wow, look at that. But yeah, obviously, Final Four, it should be, listen, I think it should be a pretty good Final Four. I did see that Illinois was a 2.5-point favorite as of right now over UConn. And then I believe Michigan was they're a 1.5-point favorite over Arizona. But yeah, what is your main takeaway just from the tournament overall?
Where did it go? Anyway, yeah, I mean, in my eyes, this has been a pretty dull tournament. Just as far as, I mean, there was only really one upset in the first round, really, like one major one. Yeah. And then obviously Iowa making it to the Elite Eight was pretty surprising. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's pretty much been par for the course. I mean, but I'll tell you what,
somewhat shocking.
Yeah,
if you will.
I'll tell you what though, that UConn Duke game was one of the best college games I've seen. Dan Hurley headbutting a ref. Well, not head, going forehead to forehead with the ref.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was an incredible game, man. Cool story that I saw too, because the Final Four is in Indianapolis. Mullins, who hit it, is from Indy.
Right on.
So I got, Dan Hurley said after the game, the kid from Indy got us to Indy. So yeah, that was an incredible game. Michigan, just beat the sleeves off of Tennessee. They didn't even look like Tennessee looked like a D3 team, man. That looked like a mid-November game for Michigan. I hope Arizona gets them. That's all I really say about that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Michigan's played very well. If I'm not mistaken, I think their closest game was their first game.
I think so.
Yeah. Like I obviously could be off on that, but to me, like I think their first game they had any sort of, I guess, trouble or adversity or anything like that was their first game. But since then, I mean, yeah, they handled Bama pretty well. That necessarily wasn't a close game.
What the fuck?
And then, I mean, you were just on an app that you could easily check.
Yeah, it said I needed to update it, and then it says open, and I need to update it. It was just,
it's all right.
Just being stupid.
That's fine. We're live, Dan. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead, carry on. Filibuster, man.
I know. But also, like, listen, like Arizona's played pretty decent throughout the tournament. I mean, they've just been scoring a hell of a lot of points.
Michigan's closest game was actually the Sweet 16 game against Bama by 13. And St. Louis was 13.
Gotcha.
And they beat Howard by 21. But the lowest amount of points they've scored in a game is 90, which in college basketball is insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, Michigan looks every bit the part, unfortunately, that I have to admit here. But also, I like Arizona and UConn to win their respective games, and then I would probably
So bet the house on Illinois, Michigan.
Yeah, then I would probably bet Arizona to win it all, of course. But also, just kind of looking at the Big Ten, I mean, it was good to have. I think they had 4 of 8 in terms of the Elite Eight teams.
Yeah.
Purdue, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan.
But the SEC has to get 75 fucking teams in. So
that's college. That's football.
No, it was this year too because everyone trying to get Auburn in.
Yeah, but they didn't end up getting in.
Well, no, I know, but my point being,
Well, SEC was a decent basketball conference this year.
I did see something funny that out of all the SEC teams that made the tournament, Auburn is the only one still playing in the NIT.
Oh man, no, that's good. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think you're right. It has kind of been. It's just the tournament lacked upsets.
I guess boring wasn't the word I was looking for, but definitely, the lack of upsets, and it's 100% because I went heavy on the upsets this year. So
I mean, not everything's about you.
Yeah, well,
I'm just kidding. But yeah, also I kind of there might be a thing just with the NIL money that the good players that are going to be from your
mid-majors,
like whether that could be like a good player from Akron, let's say. Or
by the way, did you see Byers from Miami of Ohio entered the portal today?
I did not.
Yeah,
that's kind of like a guy like that he was freshman year in the conference last year.
Yeah, I mean he was second on the team this year in scoring.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's kind of what it's. Alina, I'm not taking off my shirt. Just don't say that. But to your point, or to what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's the NIL kind of thing where your good players from your mid majors, they're gonna go find a spot be the 6th, 7th man on a Power 5 team that has a chance to, has like a chance to go to the Sweet 16 or whatnot, or compete, I guess, for national title, all that. And I mean, I don't think it's lack of trying or there's not enough money in your mid majors. Because somebody was telling me, I don't know if we were talking about it, that High Point was actually your richest.
Yeah.
Like they're actually
they're like a private wealthy school. North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I mean, also I think both games in the Final Four, I think are definitely worth watching, of course. And I think the tournament overall as well, like it may have lacked
upsets,
lacked the Cinderella story. Yeah. I mean, you had High Point beat Wisconsin, I think, in the first round. I think that's what that was. And then Iowa beating Florida, defending national title. I mean, I think that's a pretty big upset, a 9 over a 1.
Yeah.
In that context, but I think there's been plenty of good basketball being played.
For sure. That's why I kind of want to rescind when I say boring. I guess I meant more along the lines of like what you just said with, just it just lacked any upsets. I mean, the Sweet 16, the highest seed that got was a 9. There are no double-digit Sweet 16 teams.
Because Iowa's the 9.
Iowa was the 9, yeah.
6. Everyone else?
I take that back, actually. I forgot. VCU was Sweet 16, no? Yeah.
Yeah, because they beat North Carolina and then who?
Well, they beat North Carolina. Oh, sorry, they lost to Illinois. This is set up weird.
I just don't think you know how to read that.
That's a Sweet 16, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, so then yeah, just kidding.
If they lost it, they wouldn't have lost to Illinois.
Right.
In Sweet 16.
So yeah, Iowa was the highest Sweet 16 team.
So you're gonna slowly confirm what I said when Iowa was a 9, Tennessee was a 6, and then everyone else was a 4 and above.
Yeah, bad job out of the 4-letter network, man. This is awful. Sorry, carry on.
All right, let's move on, Stu. Obviously,
real quick before we go, college basketball. John Gross going to Charleston.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we should probably talk about that. When you sent that to me. Yesterday,
I think it was yesterday.
Sunday, or
it was yesterday.
Or yesterday. Yeah, I thought that was pretty surprising because we were kind of talking about it. Akron is a pretty solid. I mean, like John Gross has done well to make Akron what it's been. Like
For sure.
make the tournament 4 out of the last 5 years. I think in this past year was his 8th year, I think, or 9th year, something like that. So he made Akron pretty good, but Akron was always a solid. Like when they had Keith Dambrot, back early mid 2000s,
Those tens
or whenever, yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
So like, Akron's always been a decent job. Like to go to Charleston, I can't tell you where, or couldn't tell you what conference they're in. I know where Charleston is.
SoCon, I believe, would be my guess.
Sure, yeah.
Is it Charleston or College of Charleston?
It's College of Charleston, for sure.
All right, hold please. Filibust.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, Charleston's a hell of a lot better place to live, I think, than Akron. So
Watch it.
That could be a plus.
Watch it.
What, are Akron people going to get at me right now?
I'll tell you one thing. You don't want them fucking mad at you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that was surprising. And then also Travis Steele still being in Miami, Ohio. I thought he was going to make a jump to a quote-unquote bigger job.
Maybe he goes to Akron.
That'd be wild. No, Akron already hired a new guy.
Oh, that's right. They did.
I can't remember who it is now.
Bro.
What are you doing?
Nothing is working. They're in the Coastal Athletic Association, College of Charleston.
It took you that long to look up their conference?
Dude, I was whatever.
I can't believe I mean, obviously Martin's not going to be here with us tonight, but I kind of miss him on tablet duty.
Carry on.
But yeah, let's switch gears. I want to talk about the Browns real quick. It was probably late last week and then over the weekend. Let me ask you this. Why does everyone in the national media want Myles Garrett out of Cleveland?
Because everybody hates Cleveland. I mean, that's a simple answer. I mean, yeah, they're going to want him to go to the Cowboys. They're going to want him to go to the Giants. They're going to want him to go to the Rams, like the Dolphins. Like they're going to want him in bigger markets, which I don't know. It's the NFL. Like it's not like we're talking, baseball where, you have somebody playing in Oakland or Cleveland even.
It's kind of what they did with Lindor was a little bit like that, where they're like, Gideon's got to trade him, or Guardian's got to trade him,
right?
All that shit.
Indians at the time, you're right. Yeah. Or even Milwaukee or Cincinnati or Tampa, like the smaller markets, obviously, where you don't retain your superstars. It's completely different because one, there's a salary cap, and it's obviously a bigger money generator than baseball. I mean, I don't know.
It's set up more for parity, I think, is what NFL prides itself on more. But.
Well, a lot of not to get like super deep into this, but also you got 17, 18 weeks of NFL football. You get once a week your team plays. While we're baseball, you get your team play 5 to 7 times in a week. Mm-hmm. So there's more on the line, if you will, as far as fandom goes, and each game matters a little more than the other. And there's just way less of a sample size, so it generates more money because there's more hype for the weekly game. You're thinking about it all week. While with baseball, you wake up and you kind of check in like, oh, cool, so-and-so starting today. So I digress. But, they want him out of Cleveland because, like I said, they want him to be on a successful team and that they can cover him in a bigger market.
It was also like when he was leading up to the sack record last season, there's some people like, oh, why can't he do this on a playoff team, yada, yada, shit, or whatever. It's like, well, you guys all know how great of a player Myles Garrett is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I found it annoying. And then, that kind of leads into some silly trades or just the idea of, oh, if the Cowboys offer you their 2 first-round picks this year and then a first-round pick next year, well, it's like, that's cool.
I mean, the Browns were the ones that came to the NFL for rule changes and was like, hey, trade up to 5 first-round picks because, I mean, let's just call it what it is, right? We know what the writing on the wall is on that one.
Because they want some team to give the Browns their next 5 first-round picks.
So you can draft 5 busts. I mean, sure. They've only hit on Miles and Joe Thomas with their first round picks. Tell me I'm wrong. I guess Joe Hayden, I guess you could say, was successful.
Hayden, I mean, I would say Baker was not mostly with the Browns, of course, but
no, that's I'd
Denzel.
I'd hear that. Denzel, yeah. I mean, he just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, where do you?
Odds are we have to sit here and we just named 5 out of 26.
Well, are
years.
you going since '99?
Yeah.
So going year 27. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was some.
You traded away what could have been Julio Jones and picked Brandon Weeden with that pick. I mean, obviously, I'm a little more partial to Julio than anyone else on the show, but I mean, come on, dude. Like, let's draft a 28-year-old quarterback in that first round pick.
That was not great.
No.
But also, I mean, guys like Brady Quinn,
Johnny.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean,
but I mean, like, so like, if we go back to like in a positive spin, Joe Hayden. That's not a miss. I mean, where would David Njoku was the last first round pick when they had 3 first rounders,
yes.
Right? Was that Baker, Denzel Ward, and then Njoku?
No, that was I think the year after that.
I can't remember those first 3 rounds.
It was the 2017 draft. He was 29th overall.
Yeah, so that was even the year before.
That was Miles. So that was
that draft?
Yeah, that was Miles.
Okay, so Miles at 1, and then
they just have pictures. Hold on. Miles. Jabril Peppers.
And Njoku.
And then Njoku, yeah. TJ Watt was taking the pick after Njoku. Could you fucking imagine TJ Watt and goddamn Myles Garrett?
If they do
not that Njoku was a bad pick. Not saying that, but TJ going 30th. Obviously, you didn't know what he was going to be, but
sure. But you had already drafted Miles, so
right.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, those Jabril Peppers is.
I was all in on him, dude. I thought for sure he was going to be the next great safety. He's had a solid NFL career.
That's what I mean. So, like, if you're just going by their career, like, a bust, I think is more like you think of Jamarcus Russell or like any of the other Browns first round picks we haven't named, but or that we also just named a few minutes ago. But Jabril Peppers isn't. I wouldn't call that.
He's still in the league.
Yeah, Njoku is. Did he sign anywhere yet?
I don't think so.
Because I know you visited with Baltimore. I didn't hear anything.
It just says that he last played for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and obviously the year after you got Miles, or excuse me, the year after that was Baker, and then
Baker and Denzel.
2018.
But think about it. Out of those 5 first round picks, granted, we're what 9 years removed from that now, right?
Yes.
But you're supposed to have your cornerstone pieces with those picks that are supposed to be there for 10 plus years, right? Yeah. Out of all of the guys that we just named, it's just Denzel and Miles.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Which even Denzel,
that's a 40% success rate.
Which Denzel could even not he's nowhere near a bust. He's obviously
he just if he can just stay healthy, man. I mean, he's a top 3 corner.
That's what I mean. Like if he didn't have all those concussions, so I don't know. It was just a weird. That's what I kind of saw going on here in local media, just talking about trading Miles. Which listen, I was on this show before last year's draft, saying that was the time that you should have cashed in on Miles for a few different reasons, of course. But listen, they didn't listen. The Browns, Andrew Berry was like, "Hey, we're going to give you a bunch of money," and Myles Garrett was like, "Okay, sure."
Maybe. Well, here's another thought. Maybe the national media wants Miles out of Cleveland, so they don't have to listen to a certain local reporter and get invited on national shows and doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well, you just said she.
That could be 1 or 2 people. We can figure it out.
Who would be the second person?
Aditi.
She's not a Cleveland beat.
Well, she's not a Cleveland beat, but she follows the Browns for NFL.com.
Okay, so maybe she is their beat reporter. I thought she did more AFC.
She's not local. She's
sure.
Yeah.
I thought she did more AFC North.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, every time that she's on NFL Network, I see her talking Browns. I mean, she could be on.
Either way, we don't need to.
Yeah, we're not gonna throw shade.
No names. No
Yeah,
names.
yeah. I didn't say any names.
Yeah, you did. Anywho, next
In
question.
a positive spin.
Next question. So, also a lot of talk recently, just with the Browns, real quick, of who's going to start at QB. And I remember saying to you guys that I didn't think Deshaun Watson was going to be on the roster, but it looks like that he's going to be kept on the roster. And then
Jimmy's high on him. I mean, he's a great judge of character. So
yeah, I mean, he's got to get his money worth somehow, a little bit, right?
maybe float him out there and trade him at the deadline. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean,
like if QB, like if he's playing well the first few weeks,
yeah. So he plays the first 4 weeks or whatever, and then team starts 4-0, loses their quarterback. Just saying. I don't think it's going to happen, but
that would be. Does that mean the Browns are 2-2 or something?
Well, at that point, I mean, I'm not going to say they'd be out of it, but I mean, you're going to field the call if
2-2, you're not out of it. But
well, no, that's what I'm saying. But if someone calls, say I don't know, say the Rams call, Stafford gets hurt, they're 4-0, they're in a very competitive division.
Yeah, and Stafford might not be out for the year, but if he's out for,
and we know McVay absolutely hates first round picks.
No, their GM.
The GM hates first round picks. Yeah,
Les Snead.
I think so. Yeah,
Snead. Yeah, he hates first round picks.
So I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
That would be him traded to the Rams would be wild.
And then he just has a career fucking resurgence and throws for 6,000 yards and 60 touchdowns. Anyway, real quick, did you see the annual photo of the coaches?
I didn't look at the photo in depth, but are you going to say why the Browns coach, why Monken?
Yeah, because Monken was missing because he had to get a haircut.
I saw that too, and that was real, right?
Yeah, I didn't see him in the picture. Again, I kind of skimmed through it, but
no, I did see that where it was.
Yeah, you schedule a haircut.
It's such a Browns thing to do, and I read the comments on it, and it was just all trashing the Browns.
Oh, for sure,
for sure. And that kind of is a.
Did you hear what he said about the quarterbacks too? How Shador's been in there grinding, working out, doing all that stuff, film, all that, and no one's seen Dylan Gabriel.
I mean, he's getting traded to Atlanta, right?
I don't know, man. They just signed Trevor Siemian. Can't have all left-handed quarterbacks.
Because they got what? Tua, right?
Tua and Penix, yeah.
No, they got
Siemian.
They got to create the all lefty QB room.
Name me a successful left-handed quarterback not named Steve Young. Exactly.
Mike Vick.
I mean, that's a soft spot for me, but like in hindsight, quarterback play. He had that one really, really good year with the Eagles, but I mean, he was a runner. He was a short pass game.
Yeah.
He had a cannon of an arm, but
yeah,
just wasn't too accurate with it.
I'm trying to think of another lefty QB.
Exactly. Scott Mitchell, Detroit Lions legend, who rode the coattails of Barry Sanders. All he had to do was just turn around.
It's not a bad way to.
No, I mean, hey, he got paid. I think he went to Miami after that and had like a pretty decent contract, and then just didn't have Barry Sanders anymore. So, or I have that backwards. Maybe he came from Miami to Detroit. Either way,
sure. But yeah, also last thing is I've seen so many silly mock drafts.
I saw a really ridiculous one
with the Browns or whatever. I saw it's just everyone wants to trade away from 6.
I mean, I don't hate that. Depending on how far you go back.
No, like the most silly ones is they trade back from 6, and then they trade back from 14-16, whatever it was, and then they trade back again, and then they trade back from 24, and then just to get a few more second round picks this year, and then like a couple first and seconds next year.
I mean, maybe, listen, call up Atlanta. They don't have a first round pick. I mean, trade your first round pick for James Pierce.
Penix? Yeah.
James Pierce.
Why would that's even more silly? Why would the Browns do that?
The Reds are getting no hit. But it was Joe. It was a judge of character. It was back to the character thing I said about Jimmy. But anyway, carry on.
All right, let's shift gears again here.
Yeah.
Let's talk Cavs real quick. Obviously, they won last night in Utah.
Yeah.
By 10 points, I think it was. Evan Mobley had a huge game. Donovan Mitchell and James Harden both had decent games. Obviously, they're in LA tonight against the Lakers. And then, of course, there's got to be, when the Cavs play the Lakers, there's got to be a story about LeBron. And then I saw from, are we allowed to name drop?
Sure.
Dave McMiniman.
Mm-hmm.
He had a report that, of course, LeBron might not. He's still undecided about playing next year, but then if he does, he'll be a free agent. And then there's obviously the link of him coming back to Cleveland essentially for maybe like a 1-year retirement tour.
I mean, he would have to play for fucking peanuts, dude. I mean, Cavs got zero wiggle room.
Yeah. Well, I did see I kind of saw a short video of it where he was explaining where the Cavs and Lakers might need to work out a sign and trade just to dump a little bit of salary.
Or, I mean, it could be one of those things where, Harden's player option, he could decline it and say, hey, I'll take less, bring LeBron over on the vet min.
Or just whatever, on the mid-level exception.
Yeah.
Whatever. But, I mean, that could work too if Harden's game. I mean, if you put LeBron on this team next year, I think that would be absolutely fantastic because I think LeBron's obviously one of the top 2 best players ever in the league. So bringing him on would be great. But having like a solid 3 is basically what I was getting at.
For sure. And then and if you think about it, I mean, the Cavs kind of positioned themselves with this trade deadline. I mean, they freed up a little. I mean, they got better first and foremost, but they also freed up some cap while doing it.
Yeah.
So, and some flexibility because Ellis is a free agent. I'm pretty sure Schroeder's a free agent. I would love Ellis back.
Yeah.
Schroeder, I mean, he's been solid. He's been good. But I don't want to pay him the $10 million he's getting now. But you got a couple things you can kind of do. And I mean, he's been pretty much a cap guru. I mean, figuring things out and, working the aprons. So, and the good thing about the Cavs, and you can't say this about much of anything for Cleveland sports, is Dan Gilbert will hand Kobe a blank check and just say, do what you got to do.
Yeah. No, he's definitely been one to spend money. Even when LeBron was back during that title year and beyond, I mean, weren't they in the luxury tax?
I know they lost money in the 16th season, technically.
Yeah.
But Gilbert doesn't care. He understood, being from Detroit, not a shitty sports town by any means, but one that's
Detroit's a good sport.
one that is shit on all the time.
Yeah.
For no reason. He understands like the importance of a championship because I mean, obviously the Pistons won in what 03, 04?
04, I thought it was
something like that. Yeah. And beat the mighty Lakers with Carmelo trying to steal a championship. Karma.
Yep. Gary
Payton. They had another like vet on that team that was like that was ring chasing. Can't remember who it was. Doesn't matter.
Rick Fox? No,
No, he was there for a while. But yeah, to circle back to your entire point was, I mean, if you can make room and you can get LeBron on this team, most importantly, I mean, he's going to be your third option on offense if you retain Harden. So, I mean, that's going to be a lot off of his shoulders. Yeah. He can be a 3-and-D guy, honestly, which is crazy to say at 42 at that point.
Or just a backup point guard.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he can run the second unit.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get your young, you got Jalen Tyson, you got who can learn from him, even maybe like Dean Wade,
Yeah.
Who plays the 4 that LeBron's done the past, 5-6 years with the Lakers. But
yeah, guys like Craig Porter Jr.
Yeah. I mean, you got the young guys that can kind of just,
Evan Mobley, Jared Allen too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
really, he can really teach everyone. That's including Don and James Harden.
Sure, exactly. Because, Don and James have never been to the finals.
Yeah.
And Don's never been to the conference finals. So, I mean, you could like, hey, here's how I conserve myself. Like when I was your age, that sounds ridiculous, but when I was your age, this is how I, this is how I took care of my body. This is where I decided to like kind of lay back a little bit. This is where I turned it on. This is where I laid the ins and outs of an 82 game and potentially a 100 game season when you add in playoff games. So I think that'd be very good for the Cavs, obviously, like you said, top 2 basketball player of all time, best of all time, depending on who you ask. I know not to ask you that question, but that'd be huge for the Cavs, for sure.
Yeah. No, I had seen that report today as well. Obviously, like I said, whenever the Cavs and Lakers play the last 2-3 years now, it always seems.
My gut tells me that he's undecided, all this, all that, right? But it's LeBron. He loves the spotlight. He loves the attention.
Yeah.
He's gonna do a farewell tour.
Oh yeah.
Just like Kobe did. Who did the farewell tour in basketball? I can't remember. But I can remember like Miguel Cabrera did it for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, I'm retiring. And then every single team brought him a gift.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be one of those things. LeBron loves the spotlight. He loves the attention, and nothing wrong with that. It's just, he relishes in it. I don't know.
Yeah. Also depends. I mean, I think the question is, will it be with the Lakers or with the Cavs?
Yeah, I really think it's going to be with the Cavs. That's what my gut's telling me. But again, Colby's going to need to work some magic with that cap.
Yeah.
I would love to retain Ellis, but he's going to get a payday. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be like the Ty Jerome effect, where you can't afford him.
Can't afford him. I mean, also it just depends on how much money LeBron wants to play for.
Yeah, I mean,
he has all the money in the world.
Yeah, LeBron's at the point where he's not playing for money. He's either he's gonna chase one more title, or he's just gonna do the right off into the sunset in front of everybody. Yeah.
I think that's just with the Lakers or the Cavs.
I don't think the Lakers are gonna offer him money.
That's what I mean. Like, because the Lakers might want to use that for whatever the free agent class is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like,
I mean, they have Luka. Luka's obviously their future, of course. And so, yeah, like, kind of what I also heard today was, it just depends on how much money LeBron wants. If he wants, like a max for 1 year, like 30 million, 40 million, I just don't see any team really doing that. But if he wants to play for mid-level exception or a little bit higher than that.
So here's just like a quick rundown of the top free agents, unrestricted. I'll skip the player options and shit like that.
Yeah.
We got LeBron, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, Porzingis, Tobias Harris.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, the Lakers really aren't going to, unless they figure, I mean, Trae Young, Zach LaVine, they have player options. Maybe they opt. I mean, I would assume that Zach LaVine wants the hell out of Sacramento.
Sure. Yeah.
Played it at UCLA. I'm sure he would love to go and play for the Lakers. Hartenstein has a club option. That one's interesting. But I mean, yeah, just going down this list, it's just, Terry Rozier.
Also, like,
Norm Powell wouldn't be a bad pickup, but yeah, just like there's just nobody out there.
There's not a top tier superstar who's going to be unrestricted free agent.
I mean, Trey. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, Trae Young and James Harden have their player options, so that's But Trae Young wanted to go to Washington. I would assume he's going to pick up his player option. But who wants to go to the Wizards?
What was his reason for wanting to go
to? I don't know.
I mean, they have an okay young core because they have.
I mean, yeah, they got a solid young core. I think they'll be pretty good in the next, 2-3 years. But
they have Anthony Davis as well, right?
It's like, have you been to DC? Ugh.
I haven't. No.
It's
Little rough. But they have Anthony Davis now.
yeah.
So I mean,
Two of the most fragile NBA players on the same roster between Trey and
right? Yeah.
AD.
All right. Last thing we were going to talk about, just talk about first weekend in Major League Baseball. Obviously, the Guardians off to a pretty decent start, 3-2, going into Game 2 of their series tonight against the Dodgers. Guardians have played pretty decent. I think their pitching has done pretty well. And then obviously, like the big story, especially up in Seattle, was Chase DeLauder.
Yeah, I mean, guards are guarding. It's really the only way you can really put it. But
Can I have a koozie?
yeah. See, I knew. I knew.
Can I have that last one, please?
Off camera. No free advertisement.
Between the legs.
But yeah, story for me was the at least the opening weekend too. Go outside of baseball, outside of guards. I'm sorry. Was there's been a lot of solid rookies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're saying obviously your boy
Sal Stewart, dude. I mean, even yesterday, man. I mean, he's been on base 13 times in 4 games. That's fucking insane. I forgot it. I can't say his name.
From the Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers.
McDonegal.
Murakami from the White Sox. I
Yep.
mean, he 3 games, 3 home runs. Nolan McLean came in, and I mean, he pitched well against the Pirates. Like there's been a lot of good young talent getting off the hot starts. So the new wave of MLB superstars starting to roll through.
Yeah.
The City Connect jerseys getting leaked all over the place.
Yeah.
I think it was it was the Reds, the Padres, the Brewers,
the
the Royals.
Did you see the leak of the Royals?
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah. The Baltimore ones, I mean, it's hard to be worse than the Baltimore ones now that just have the Baltimore in like Comic Sans all caps now.
Comic Sans.
Whatever. Theirs weren't good. The Brewers were kind of atrocious too. I haven't seen a League City Connect that I like. I mean, the more I look at the Reds one, I like it, it's kind of sort of growing on me a little bit, but it's still
talking about of the new releases.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new ones, yeah. But I think the Red City Connect is a top 5 City Connect currently, the all black.
Yeah.
Well,
you're a little bit of a homer.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not alone in that. I mean, it's been rated one of the better City Connects, but
you're still a homer.
Yeah, a homer away from home. But yeah, back to the guards. The pitching last night specifically was great.
Yeah, I think they won 4-0.
4-2.
4-2. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Oh, that's right. Kate Smith gave up 2 runs in the bottom 9.
Yeah, but the only game they didn't pitch well was Sunday. What was that? 9-0, 8-0, whatever that was.
Yeah.
That atrocity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they're looking good.
Yeah, but also like Parker Messick yesterday for the guards. That was a solid start. I think he went 6 or 5 2/3.
5 2/3, I think. Yeah,
I think it was. But yeah, we got a comment from Tito. Tito said the Royal shirts were lame.
Yeah,
lame. Which Tito, I agree, because I saw a leak of those earlier today, and those were yeesh. But yeah, and then of course tonight I think it's Ohtani versus Tanner Bybee.
Yeah.
For the Guards Dodgers tonight, coming up later. Then also there's back-to-back late night Cleveland sports with Cavs being in LA to take on the Lakers tonight as well. So,
but as far as the outlook of the Central, I mean, granted, we're literally 4 or 5 games in,
5 games
so
in.
Pump the brakes a tad here with what I'm about to say. But
tied with the Royals.
Royals were 2-2, I thought.
Or was it Tigers?
Tigers are 2-2. Guards are 3-2. White Sox are 1-3.
Twins are ass.
Yeah, the Twins are twinning.
Yeah, I can't see them on there.
Yeah, I don't think I was trying to do it this way. Yeah, so Royals and Tigers are 2-2, and the Twins and White Sox are 1-3. The rest of the division is kind of in a mid-off currently, but
also like 5 games in. But also, I think it's important, at least for the Guardians. Obviously, they start off with a tough schedule. Obviously, they had 4 in Seattle to start off the year, and Seattle's a pretty popular pick to make the playoffs, go deep in the playoffs.
I got them winning it.
I think you and I both had Mariners winning this year. And then you go to LA, which we'll have we faced Sasaki last night. I think it'll be
Otani tonight, and I think it's
probably what, Glasnow.
I think so, yeah.
So I mean, listen, to take that first game against the Dodgers last night, I thought that was huge. And the Guardians being 3-2 right now with these
Yamamoto and Gav tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you what, but Tito touched on this too when he was on our baseball show. I mean, if you can come out of this opening West Coast swing at 4-3, I mean,
sure,
that's a win, man. I mean, going against who a lot of people are picking to come out of the AL, and then to follow it up with your back-to-back defending World Series champions, who's everyone's coming to pick out of the West. Yeah. I mean, you come out of there 500-ish. I mean,
4-3, I think would be huge.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Then you have to come back home for the home opener next Friday, which I should know who they play.
Cubbies.
That's okay. That's what I was going to say. I mean, yeah, that's going to be a fun time for 4 o'clock on Friday, I think.
Yeah.
First pitch. So.
Pretty sure.
But yeah, I mean, listen, the Guardians come out or if they come back home 4-3, they take 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, which I think is possible. I mean, Bybee, if he can kind of just.
You need him tonight because Yamamoto's a tall task.
Yeah.
And, Otani's going to, I'm assuming, be on like some crazy pitch count. They're not going to try to burn him out.
Yeah. He might be like 50, 60 pitches, something like that. But they did use their long reliever guy
last night, yeah.
Yesterday. So, I mean, their bullpen will be fresh, but they don't have a long guy just in case if maybe Otani does get in trouble early, first 3 innings or whatnot. So, I was kind of worried about Cade Smith last night, too, because he didn't look.
Yeah, but in Guardians closers historically have struggled in March, April. They'll figure it out. Everybody not named Chris Perez will figure it out. But
oh god,
yeah, Chris Perez just catching strays.
Yeah,
I used to have a Chris Perez poster on my door, and I wouldn't close. So, but no, historically, like I said, they they are.
I appreciated the joke. I was just trying not to laugh at it.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, they'll be fine. April. Playing in the AL Central in April is, I mean, it's still cold. Like, it's at home, and if you're playing division road games, they're all in cold cities. So, you wait till like you start. I would worry about them if it continues like May, June, maybe, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Gotcha. Real quick, Edwin has a question for probably you.
Oh boy, what is it?
He asks, "We loving ABS yet?"
Kind of. I like how quick it takes. I'll say that.
Yeah. It's not VAR in soccer where the ref needs to jog over to the monitor that's in between the 2 benches, stare at it for a
uses minute. AI, bro. But yeah, the quick tap of the helmet, it takes 20 seconds.
Yeah.
The Reds actually benefited from it in their second game because CB Buckner's terrible. I did see something actually too, real quick. It's like, boy, if we just had ABS with Angel Hernandez.
Yeah.
But no, I like it. I think they need to kind of maybe tone it back a bit.
Tone it back how?
Like, I would say maybe tone it back to where you can't challenge a pitch before the 6th inning. Right? Something along those lines. Maybe not the 6th inning, but like something like that, right? Because, for example, like when I was talking about the Red Sox game the other day, Roman Anthony challenged a 2-2 or a 2-1 pitch in the 3rd inning, and that just fucked the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Where there was a egregious call by CB Buckner in the 7th inning that was called a strike on the Red Sox, and they couldn't challenge because they were out of the challenges.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't that just be on the players
Well,
themselves?
sure, yeah.
Or like managers, like, listen,
Don't fucking do that again.
Well, yeah, but not specifically to Roman Anthony, but like the manager just lets everyone know, like, hey, first 5 innings, I don't really care. We're not challenging anything because because we need the challenges later in the game.
Yeah,
if it is like a bottom 8 scenario where it's like a 3-2 pitch, and you don't have any challenges, but it was off the plate, but then it's called a strike 3, where it's like, you're down a run with 2 men on or something like that. It's like, well, we need the challenge for that scenario,
right?
Versus a random one in the first or second inning where might not have a direct effect on the game.
Or maybe you can handicap it when you have CB Buckner behind the plate. You get like 7. That game, by the way, he graded out, I think, 84% accuracy, which is insanely bad for an umpire. Like if you're in the mid 90s, they're kind of like, he didn't really have that good of a game calling it, but
84% is atrocious.
Yeah, that's so bad. But yeah, I like it to an extent. I hope they keep it where it's at, and they don't just say each team gets 1 per inning or something like that, because the whole point is Clown is trying to speed the game up, right? Mm-hmm. And if you start giving teams more ABS challenges, then you're gonna go right back to 3.5-hour games.
Yeah.
So
okay, last question, just in terms of MLB.
Yeah.
Who's been your biggest surprise so far through the first 4 or 5 games of the year?
I can't say the Marlins because of who they've played.
Because I have one right away.
Yeah, go ahead.
Phillies being 1-3.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's only, like I said, 4 or 5 games in, so you obviously don't read too much into it. But
I'm gonna go Giants. They scored 1 run in 3 games. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
They finally got on the board. I think yesterday they won.
Mm-hmm.
But with that pitching staff and what they did with that lineup, getting the 3-time I think, did Arias win the batting title last year? He at least won the 2 years before that.
No, it was.
I know. I can't remember who it was.
I know, but it was somebody who only batted. We looked this up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Might have been on the.
But Arias is one of the best hitters in baseball.
Yes.
And they got, Matt Chapman, Jung-Hoo Lee's great, Rafi Devers. I mean, they have a solid lineup, but to put up 1 run? I mean, granted, you played the Yankees, but I mean, the Yankees starting pitching isn't really like strike fear in you. I mean, Max Fried, obviously, but I mean, they had what? Schindler, and either way. I forgot who pitched the other game, but
was it Rodon?
I think Rodon pitched yesterday. Can't remember, but anyway,
gotcha.
Yeah, the Giants just no showing in that first series at home.
Yeah,
I mean, and they weren't even competitive games.
Mm-hmm.
Is the thing for me too, but yeah, I mean, I would say the Giants. The Nationals have been pretty surprising. They took 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies.
Yeah.
The Cubs just look like shit in those games in Washington, but it's still a little early for me to pick like who's been disappointing, who hasn't been.
Yeah. No, we can touch on that
next week.
Next couple weeks, we'll see what happens. I wonder also if the Giants just slow starters with a rookie manager, first time managing.
Yeah,
especially in the big leagues. But I don't think he was even anywhere a professional manager.
I don't think he was either.
So, but yeah, I mean the out of box hire. I mean it's not bad, but
no, that's a Buster Posey hire, and I feel that Posey knows what he's doing.
Yeah, more faith in Buster Posey than most.
Yeah, I mean, he's a catcher. He knows the game in and out probably better than catchers probably know the game better than anybody. Because 9 out of 10 times catchers are former pitchers. Mm-hmm. So And then obviously he knows the San Francisco organization better than anybody.
Yeah.
He was there forever. So yeah, I got a lot of faith in Posey.
I gotcha.
Sal Stewart homer. The man just
Oh.
keeps on a tear. Back to back, Ellie Sal homers. Let's go. Sorry, nobody cares. But they're not getting no hit anymore.
You got anything else, man?
I don't.
Sounds good. Would you do the pleasure of signing us off?
Remember, folks, always tip your bartenders and servers. And if you see us out in public, buy me a shot.
Sounds good. All right. To everyone who watched, commented, Edwin, Tito, Alina, thank you. Thank you guys very much. And we will see you next time.